Alright, in this video I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of Celvestia's Resurgence. So let's jump right into it. Celvestia's Resurgence is a much more modified and more expanded version of the original capital, as you'll probably tell when you first join. So you would click Celvestian Army, and now a little bit of a heads up. It's a very big map to take in all at once, so dissect it one by one, and I will help you with that. So we're going to start it off bit by bit. Speed me 100. Alright. Okay, so this is the main TDW spawn. It is inside the city itself. Quick note, this is where TDW spawns, right here. This is our rally building where we would rally before a defense or after a defense. Raiders spawn here, here, and they also spawn here and here. So they spawn around, the raiders spawn around these two little ports here, and TDW spawns right here in the lower parts of the city. So these two spawns right here for the raiders are actually further away from point C. So I'll enable this. Point C is right here inside the little building with the smoke pipe sticking out of it. Point C is the first terminal that you should head to. It's right here. It's point C, point H. How the terminal system works here is raiders have to capture point C until 100% to unlock point H. You cannot capture point H until point C is completely 100% captured. That is how it works. Point C is 400 seconds, point H is 800. At the TDW spawns and raider spawns, there are little decals posted up describing how you would win, but again, it's also in this guide for your convenience. So now, I would show you up close what the raider spawns would look like. Speed me 100. So right here, what are credits and how do the Vitruvians win? They're posted up here, and in our spawn they're also posted up. So raiders would spawn around here, around here. They also have boats that they could purchase where raiders would go all the way around using the boat to get a little private access point over here for boats. The boat, since the raiders have the boats, they have a slight advantage in that sense. However, Celvestians can also purchase boats. They'll just have to fight through their spawning area, to access the boat purchases. And this isn't the only TW spawn. I'll show you the other one. Since that raider spawn over here, this raider spawn, the boats 2 area, those raiders spawn closer to point C. I made it so we added another spawn for ourselves, which is over here. We call this the Nomad's checkpoint. So this spawns all the way across from point C. They spawn across from point C. So it's, and they spawn straight down from point C, and then we spawn over here in the corner. So there's 4 different spawning areas in total. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is what point C looks like. There you go. Speed me 25. Cool. This is point C. You would stand on it. It only captures if you're a raider. We already own it. We don't need to capture it. It wouldn't make sense in terms of lore if we're supposed to capture our own core. In lore, what happens is if the raiders capture the core, it would then shut down the power in the city, and then the same thing with the heart point, because C stands for city, H stands for heart. This is the city point. It manages the power of the city. Heart point manages the power of the region. So like that giant tower in the background right there. And these little spider spires, as I like to call them, spider spires, or spider cells. And then you have the weapon shop, which is actually right across from point C. This is a must. This is a must for when you're participating in a defense here. Come in here, you would rally up credits by killing people. Raiders specifically. So you would approach this, you have all types of things to buy. Obviously the strongest one is the most expensive, which is 250, the Raven's Peacemaker. Speed Coil will also come in handy, very much so. Healing Drink, Speed Coil, Raven's Peacemaker. Those 3 things will get you guaranteed up there in the leaderboard, and will guarantee you ease of access towards the terminals, because no one would want to mess with you at that point. So make sure you come hit up this shop before the raiders do. So the vehicles are there, but currently it's closed. And then you have the Nightclub, the Conservatory, the Recruitment building. You have a little clothing shop in that corner right there. You see that little door with my mouse right there. And then, yeah, that's about it for the city. Also a little bus stop right here. So from here, how would you get inside? Unlike the original capital, we blocked off the wall jumps, which is right over here. See that little red laser? It blocks it off. You would then still stick to the hole over here. So you would jump through the hole. Speed me 50. You would jump through the hole. This is where the speed coil would come in handy for the very long walk you have ahead of you. You would then walk, if you can, if you want to, you could open the gates. However, I don't recommend it. Just keep walking forward. And when I mentioned earlier about the boats, that's where they would come through. They would come through, land their boat there, and then they jump over, do this little obby, swim around, and find a platform they can jump on to access the bridge. So, or you would access the platforms here, jump over, and then walk down over here. So from here, once you reach the main gate, you'd make a right, go around. There you go, little hole right here. Always make sure of corners. Just zoom out when you do that. So let's go back again. Zoom out and check if anyone's hiding. No one's hiding? Good. Go through. People love to camp. They love to camp spots like that where you can't see through, so you'll have to zoom out and check behind corners. The gate controls right here. Keep it closed unless you know the TW is walking along the bridge. Otherwise, just keep it closed because you don't want raiders having a straight through access into the towers. Unlike the original capital, this has 2 towers, so you have different teleporters. So you have teleporters here, teleporters there, and then you have 2 main teleporters. You will see where these will take you. It will take you to point H, which is down here. Boop. There you are. Now you're underground. And remember that giant tower I showed you earlier? Right here. This giant thing. The heart point is connected to the giant tower. So this is where you would come to defend. So since we came from that tower, you could also go from here. See? Same thing, same teleporter, just different tower. Go back in. There you go. And this is point H. You would then stand on it, capture it, but since it's already owned by TDW, you don't have to. Some really nice spots to camp, obviously in the water, behind the little spires here like this. So when they're walking along, they can't really see you, and then you would jump out and be like, ah, I'm getting you. Or to jump out and be like, there you go, you're dead. Cool beans. You could also camp around the edges. You jump down. All types of things you could do in here. But yeah, that is where point H and point C are. You have a really nice view from up here. You jump down. Spawn me. Cool. Alright. And I believe that is about it for covering Celvestia's Resurgence. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day. And remember to stay true to your heart of gold.